Alrighty, yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. DDG94, back with another reaction video. Today we finna react to, was WWE Money in the Bank 2024 any good? Without further ado, man, let's get right into it. I recently watched it. Must say it was okay. It was an okay show. Not what I was expecting, but it was okay.
Money in the Bank 2024 came live from the Toronto Scotiabank Arena in front of a sold-out crowd of 19,858. But was it any good? The show kicked off with the men's Money in the Bank ladder match featuring Drew McIntyre, Andrade, Carmelo Hayes, Chad Gable, Jey Uso and LA Knight. I really noticed how Drew looked like a real superstar here during his entrance. You can't imagine that just 10 years ago he was a loser in the three-man band. How times change. He couldn't have looked like less of a superstar back in the day. It felt like a bit of a different Money in the Bank ladder match this time around. There were fewer high spots than usual, but I did like how they used the ladder as a weapon more often instead. It was a decent match, I thought. It was more of a chaotic brawl than a high-flying spot fest, and I did enjoy that different booking approach that they went for this time around. The finish saw Drew launch a ladder at Jey Uso before retrieving the briefcase. I mean, the match itself isn't going to be remembered because not a lot really happened in terms of high spots, but Drew's win will be remembered, as we'll come back to a little bit later on. Sami Zayn defeated Bron Breakker next to retain his Intercontinental Championship. I might be the only one, but I hate this design for the IC title. The on-screen graphics.
I don't like this design, period. I think that they need to change this. This belt needs to be changed immediately. They need to revert it back to the white belt. The white belt was perfectly fine. This shit is terrible.
Graphic looks better than the belt does in real life. Look, Bron is one of my boys. I've said before that I think he's probably one of the people on the roster who is genuinely the future of WWE, but he lacked intensity here, and it felt like the match barely managed to get out of second gear. Things did pick up a little bit when they went to the outside, with Bron almost taking Sami's head off at one point. But overall, it was a really disappointing match. Don't get me wrong, I like Sami Zayn, but I think they killed Bron's momentum by having him beaten clean. And I think,
yeah, I don't agree with them having him get beat clean. I would have preferred for it to end in a no contest, and you can start adding more people into this match, so that way Bron can win the title more easily, and it won't hurt as much. Understand that they're trying to protect him, but they're not trying to shoot him to the moon as fast as they want, as you should. But this right here just killed all the momentum. So I don't know what Triple H was trying to do right here, but this was definitely not it. Definitely not it. You really just killed a lot of Bron's momentum going forward, but he can gain it back with ease. He can gain it back easily, but he gonna have to take on guys like Sheamus. He's probably gonna have to feud with the New Day. You're gonna have to put him up against credible guys and put him in meaningful feuds to build his momentum back up, because his momentum just dropped.
I think he ended up losing a lot of aura because of it. If they weren't ready to put the belt on him, then they shouldn't have booked him in a title match, quite frankly. Personally, I'd have had him dominate Sami and then beat him, because he really needs some heat as a heel right now, and him brutalising Sami Zayn and then cutting his title reign short would have been a good start. Host of Money in the Bank and hometown hero Trish Stratus came out next. She talked about all of her achievements and everything that she'd accomplished in that very arena before bringing out John Cena, who announced his retirement. He said his last match will be at WrestleMania.
Yeah, this was kind of sad right here. I'm seeing my GOAT go out, man. I'm seeing my GOAT leave, man. This ain't cool, dog. Seeing my GOAT go out, man, this ain't cool, dog. This my GOAT right here, man. This who I grew up with, man. I'm seeing my GOAT is leaving. I don't want to see it, but hey, man. Between the bald spot and him going Hollywood, I guess it's time, man. I guess it's time. My GOAT is leaving, man. And man. It was bound to happen sooner or later, man.
In Las Vegas next year. Over the last decade, literally since about 2014, I've grown a begrudging respect for Cena, but to be honest, I'm not sad. I'm sure his retirement will make someone out there sad. Up next, we had the World Heavyweight Championship match between Damian Priest and Seth Rollins.
I'm trying to figure out what the fuck happened in that one spot, and you know the spot that I'm talking about. What the fuck happened there? How the fuck do we... How? Hold on, bro. How does that happen? Yeah, next pay-per-view, I don't know what the next pay-per-view is, but whatever the next pay-per-view is, Damian needs to drop the title. It's been a couple of months since WrestleMania. We in July now. It's been 3 months. That's enough time with the belt. It was a good run while it lasted. He needs to lose the title. I think right now Triple H needs to kick the dissension of Triple H needs to kick the dissension of the Judgment Day into high gear right now. I know you're probably waiting for Rhea to come back so that way it can be full. But I think Damian, I think we need that Finn and Damian match. I think we need to put Finn over. It's time, man. It's time. Cause at this point, it's not even. Yeah, Damian hasn't been that guy. He's not that guy. You know, we put the title on him. We gave him a run. He's not that guy. He's not that guy.
Let me just get this off my chest straight away. Damian Priest is not a main event level superstar. Priest looks like a mid-carder. And fuck me, does he ever wrestle like a mid-carder? And this match totally proved it to me. The fact that they don't book the World Heavyweight Championship as the main event tells you everything you need to know about the title and the man holding it. It felt like Rollins and Priest had trouble gelling with each other during the match, which is odd for Rollins as he could probably have a decent match with a broomstick. Rollins hit the Falcon Arrow and then he pinned him, but Priest just failed to kick out at 2. So, plain as day, right in front of the camera, the referee just stopped counting as Priest lay there.
Yeah, because we don't know what happened. We don't know if Drew was supposed to come out. We don't know if this man got concussed. Either way, you got to be quick on your feet. You got to improvise. You got to sell the match. That completely took out of the match. That completely took everybody out of the match. So whatever the fuck happened, whether this man got concussed, Drew probably missed his spot, the referee probably didn't give him enough time to kick out, whatever. Seth probably should have sold it, you know what I'm saying? Whatever needed to happen, it should have happened right there, because that ruined this entire match. This match was pretty much screwed after that point. Even with Drew coming out at the end of them, coming out at almost at the climax of the match, still it just took the air out of the match, bro. The aura of the match was gone.
As if he'd been knocked unconscious. I mean, what a way to kill the fans' suspension of disbelief. I think Gunther has to take the belt off him at SummerSlam at this point, and we need to move on from the Damian Priest.
I want Finn to take it off of him, and then let Finn go on to face Gunther. Let Gunther go on to to go on this tyrant of a reign with that belt. That belt needs to be on somebody that can carry it for at least a year. I don't want to see another Roman Reigns run with the belts, but I would like to see the title on somebody for at least a good year. 300 days as a champion is good enough for me.
Experiment. Then Drew McIntyre came out and cashed in his Money in the Bank contract. Predictably, CM Punk then came out of nowhere and beat Drew up. Punk smashed him with a chair and then choked him with a cable at ringside before blasting him with the title belt, allowing Priest to retain the championship. I've seen a little bit of criticism about this angle online, with some fans saying that Priest keeps on looking like a weak champion, having his title reign overshadowed by Punk and McIntyre. I don't care about that personally, because Priest shouldn't be the champion anyway, and the Punk-McIntyre storyline is one of the 4 major stories that they're telling at the moment, so whatever. I do agree with people saying that it was predictable, however, a kind of a waste of the men's Money in the Bank contract this year. But on the other hand, I feel like the Money in the Bank concept has gotten really stale over the last few years, and using it as a storyline device is something that's at least a little bit different to what they've been doing over the past number of years. And then it was on to what proved to be the highlight of the night.
Yes, the match of the night by far. Match of the night by far. Shout out to the ladies, man. Shout out to the ladies, man, putting it on, man. They put it on, they put it on, they put it down. For real. Shout out to the ladies, man. Y'all did y'all thing here, bro. Shout out to the women's. Shout out to them.
The women's Money in the Bank contest. This one was an absolute car crash, easily the most brutal women's ladder match in history, and it felt genuinely dangerous in places. There were some really inventive spots using the ladders, including a nasty looking pile driver from Io Sky on Zoe Stark. And in one insane moment, Tiffany Stratton almost killed Chelsea Green by throwing her off the top of the biggest ladder through a pile of tables. Tiffy then reached up and grabbed the briefcase to become the 2024 Money in the Bank winner. The fans were on their feet, chanting "This is awesome," and they were absolutely right. Gotta say, the women on WWE's roster at the moment are so damn good. The main event of the evening was the 6-man tag team match that pitted Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens and Randy Orton versus Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu. I wasn't really excited for this going in because it looked like a house show match, to be honest, but in the end it was decent. I just want to give a shout out to the crowd in Toronto. They were so into the entire show, but goddamn were they loud during this main event. There were lots of "fuck you Solo" chants throughout the match, and I think Solo makes for a really good main event heel, and I'm looking forward to his feud with babyface Roman when he comes back. Jacob Fatu made his in-ring.
I don't want Roman as a face, man. I want Roman as a heel, man. I don't want suffering succotash Roman. I want acknowledge me Roman. I want that Roman. Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that.
Debut here, and he felt like a really intense threat. I was really impressed with him. Corey Graves did a great job on commentary of talking him up. He kept on mentioning his achievements and his career before he arrived in WWE. They went back and forth during the match before the referee went down. Tonga Loa interfered and got an RKO for his trouble before Solo and Jacob double-teamed Cody to get the win. Anyone hoping to see Roman Reigns at Money in the Bank would have to wait another day. If you don't watch anything else from the show, then do check out the women's ladder match and the main event, and also that ridiculous botch by Damian Priest.
Yeah, man. It is what it is, man. Yeah, man. It was alright show. It wasn't great. I give it a 6.5 out of. No, I give it a 6.3 out of 10. 6.3 out of 10. That's not bad. It's not good either. Just average. So I say it's just an average show, man. The Damian Priest spot really made this pay-per-view go down a lot. The Drew McIntyre spot, at this point we just waiting on CM Punk to get healthy, so that way they can at least get a match. Hopefully we get it at SummerSlam. Hopefully that's where they do it at. Hopefully he'll be ready by then. I don't know what they're gonna do with Seth because he's out the title picture now, so I guess Seth will be waiting on CM Punk because as of right now, CM Punk screwed Seth as well. He didn't just screw Drew, he screwed Seth as well because Seth can't challenge for the title no more, so he's not in the main event scene no more. So I don't know what they're gonna do. Maybe they do something with him and Braun. Maybe him and Braun have a feud with each other to fill the time. Who knows? But yeah, man. I don't like the direction. I don't know where Triple H was going with the direction of this show. This kind of ruined a lot of momentum for a lot of guys. Some self-inflicted, some with the decision making in the back or with the higher ups, I should say. But other than that, though, man, yeah, pretty average. Don't like the direction. Let's see what they do this week on Raw and SmackDown, and let's see where they go from there. Because we need to restructure this. We need to fix a lot of guys right now because a lot of guys are in great places right now. But the women's side of things, great. And I hope they start pushing the women more. I hope they get rid of that Intercontinental belt and go back to the white one, but I digress. But anyways, I'm just going to about do it for this one, man. I will see you all in the next video. Till then, peace out.